In this video, we have disturbing news of a prominent Detroit megachurch pastor who's been forced to admit to an inappropriate relationship after being exposed on TikTok by a former church member. This story has everything: power dynamics, alleged spiritual abuse, social media receipts, and a pastor scrambling to control the narrative.
Okay, so let me respond to you about texts and pictures and things getting together. So this is over off and on for since 2002, really to like 2018. So I have lots of things, pictures and things like that. Like we didn't take pictures of like intimate things because it was a secretive relationship, and so it wasn't like I was looking to expose him. And of course, he wanted to keep things private, so that's that. But I do have bank statements. Like he put his name on my account. I don't know if that helps you, but you can see that Charles H. Ellis III. I'm not doing this to like really like make this messy, like exposing him. Like, oh, it is what it is at this point. It's my story. It's my testimony of what God did in my life. This is another statement. Okay, this is 2006, one is 2004. But really, I just have a women's ministry, and so if I can help another woman overcome and learn her value, her intrinsic value, and not compromise herself for money, then I'm going to help women do that. And that's what this is really about, me helping somebody else. Women need help. The people need help. And if my testimony, my story can help somebody, that's what I'm going to do. Here's another statement. So, yeah. I may go live to answer a few specific questions, but yeah, it's just testimony time. That's all. I just finally have the courage to talk about it. I finally have overcome the fear of something happening to me about talking about it. We do live in Detroit. People come up missing and dying all the time. But I feel God, and I know that the Lord is with me, and I know that my story and things happen to me for a reason. So it's just time for me to tell it. I'm healed, and I want to talk about it. I don't blame him. I was in love. I believe he cared for me deeply. So this is not about blaming anybody. People are broken. They do things for different reasons. And we have to understand that. And so when we psychoanalyze things, you get to the root of things, you uncover the truth. And so that's what this is all about. May the truth make us free. So yeah, I hope those bank statements help you though. But I'll dig for more stuff. All right, bye.
Bishop Charles Ellis III, the senior pastor of Greater Grace Temple in Detroit. And when I say megachurch, I mean mega. This place has 6,000 members and a 4,000-seat auditorium that cost $36 million when it opened back in 2002. They call their 20-acre complex the City of David. This man has been leading this church for 2 decades, married for almost 37 years, and he's 67 years old. Now, Ellis isn't just any pastor. He's been the presiding bishop of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the World, and his church has hosted major events, including Rosa Parks' funeral in 2005 and Aretha Franklin's funeral in 2018. This is a man with serious influence and power in both religious and secular circles. But here's where it gets interesting. A woman going by the handle or melodic story on TikTok decided to tell her story, and she came with receipts. We're talking screenshots of text messages, photos of them together, bank statements showing both their names, images of financial gifts. This woman didn't just make accusations, she documented everything. According to her posts, she alleges having an on and off affair with Bishop Ellis from 2002 to 2018. That's 16 years, people. She says she met him in 2002 when she was just 22 years old, a single mother, and he christened her baby in his office because she wasn't married. And that's apparently where this whole thing started. Now, this is where we need to talk about something really important: the power dynamic here. According to experts on clergy misconduct, when pastors engage in relationships with church members, it's considered sexual abuse because the members are under the pastor's spiritual care and are in a position of less power and authority. And this woman, melodic story, she gets this. She wrote, "For a long time I feared for my life just to share my story. For a long time I wanted to protect him because I loved him. But the more mature I grew into loving myself, I found out this wasn't love at all. It was an exploitation of my need, my brokenness, and weakness." That's powerful stuff right there. She's talking about how she came to understand that what she thought was love was actually exploitation of her vulnerability. So after these TikTok posts started making waves, Bishop Ellis finally addressed his congregation in an email. And his response? Well, it's what you'd expect from someone trying to do damage control. He admits to having an inappropriate relationship with a former member over 15 years ago. Notice how he's trying to minimize the timeline here when she's alleging it went on for 16 years until 2018. He says some of the accusations are deeply troubling and untrue, but conveniently doesn't specify which ones. He mentions asking his legal counsel to review all matters, in particular a joint bank account with my name on it. So he's basically confirming that yes, there was a joint bank account, which backs up her claims about the bank statements. But wait, there's more. Melodic Story isn't stopping at TikTok. She's promoting a tell-all book called The Bishop, His Wife, and Me. And honestly, good for her. If this man exploited his position of power and spiritual authority over her for 16 years, she has every right to tell her story and profit from it. Now, here's the thing. This isn't Ellis's first time making headlines for inappropriate behavior. Back in 2018, he had to publicly apologize to Ariana Grande after images surfaced showing him groping her at Aretha Franklin's funeral service at his church. His excuse then? I don't know. I guess I put my arm around her. Maybe I crossed the border. Maybe I was too friendly or familiar. Sound familiar? It's the same pattern of behavior, inappropriate touching, followed by minimizing and deflecting. This story is bigger than just one pastor and one woman. This is about the systemic use of power in religious institutions. It's about how social media is giving victims a platform to speak truth to power when traditional channels have failed them. When Melodic Story says she confronted Ellis in 2023 about their relationship and he refused to acknowledge his wrong, that tells us everything we need to know about his character. She gave him a chance to make it right privately, and he chose arrogance over accountability. I want to highlight something Melodic Story said because it's important. It is what it is at this point. It's my story. It's my testimony of what God did in my life. Women need help. The people need help. If my testimony, my story can help somebody, that's what I am going to do. This woman is using her pain to help others. She's not seeking revenge. She's seeking justice and healing, not just for herself, but for other potential victims. So what do we make of all this? We have a powerful religious leader who admits to an inappropriate relationship but tries to minimize it. We have a woman with documented evidence of a 16-year exploitation. We have a pattern of inappropriate behavior spanning years. The fact that this man is still leading a 6,000-member church while admitting to exploiting a vulnerable young woman in his spiritual care is deeply troubling. The fact that he won't even fully acknowledge what he did wrong shows he's learned nothing. This story reminds us why platforms like TikTok matter. When traditional power structures fail victims, social media gives them a voice. And sometimes, that's the only way truth comes to light. What do you think about this situation? Should Bishop Ellis step down? Do you think there are other victims who haven't spoken up yet? Let me know in the comments below. If this video opened your eyes to something new, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content like this, and ring that notification bell. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep holding powerful people accountable.